Hi guys, welcome back to my bathroom again. So I'm getting ready today doing this look because I've got Maddie coming over from InStyle UK to do a little talk through of my beauty cupboards and my bathroom. So I wanted something that was going to be very natural and look good at a lot of different angles and just make me look kind of like I haven't tried too hard, but also my skin looks really perfect. So this is my absolute fail-proof, like idiot-proof skin routine. And whenever I use these skin products, particularly the powders, in combination, always get comments on my skin. Without fail, whoever I see that day will tell me I have amazing skin. And honestly, I don't have that amazing skin. So if you want to see how I cheat to make my skin look glowy and perfect and make everyone in the wider world think I have amazing skin, just keep watching and I will talk you through the step by step. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it's new and I've moved from my Instagram stories over here. So I am going to be doing at least one video over here a week, so please stay with me over here. Hi guys, let's get started. I'm going to start with a moisturizer. I'm going to use this lemare. This is the lemare. Emily's already barking. We haven't even started and she's already barking. She's literally inside her bed barking. Look at her, you still want to bark, don't you? So I'm using the Lemare Gel Moisturizer. And this was recommended to me by Patrick Tarr. And I've cleansed my skin first before I'm applying it. And he says it's the perfect base for foundation and for makeup in general. And I have to agree with him. The primer I'm using today is the Laura Mercier primer. I'm actually running a little bit low on it because I like it so much. Just got a little bit in my hand. I just spot it into like the main areas of my face. And then on my fingers, just blend in. Once you can feel your skin has tightened a little bit, you know your primer is ready. So I'm going to start with a tinted moisturizer. There's a couple of brands that I really like and it depends on how my skin's feeling on that day. So the three that I would recommend the most are these three. NARS, this is a famous one, Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. Theirs has an SPF 30 in, which is great if you're about the city or in the sun. I'm very sensitive to SPF and I don't react to that one, so that's a good one. Then there's By Terry. This is an old favorite, universally love this product. This is their CC cream and it's called a multitasker and it really is. It just is a great base. And then finally is another one with SPF, which is the La Mer, which has got a little bit more coverage than the other two and is a slightly more powdery texture. So if you're a little bit more oily, you might like this one. Today I'm gonna go with the NARS because it's the right color for how my skin is at the moment. So because we're trying to cheat perfect skin today, I'm going to use a brush to blend it in. I'm going to use my Artis Oval 8. And I'm keeping the brush in contact with my skin as much as possible. Because I've been ill all week, putting makeup on is actually quite exciting because I've literally not wanted to do anything all week, even though I had to work. We all gotta work when we're ill sometimes, don't we? It's just not as fun. So I think to achieve like the most natural skin finish, to cheat people into thinking you've got the best skin, you want to layer as few products on top of each other in the same place. So I don't take my tinted moisturizer right up under my eye because I know I'm going to put concealer there. So try and not build the product where you know you're going to add another one on the top too much. I'm going to use my Tom Ford concealer. This is in light 1, which I always use. For this look, you might want to layer a little bit more concealer on your under eyes, but you don't want to put it over your whole face. And even if you have imperfections, if you've got drier skin like mine, I don't recommend putting more concealer over the top because I think it just draws attention to them. I've actually got a little red pimple here, but I'm not putting anything else extra onto it. One of the brushes I've been loving lately to blend out my concealer is a Zoeva Face Shape brush. It's just like this. And it's just quite good for this. You can really press the product in. in case you're wondering, I'm wearing this really cute little galaxy jumper from Chanel. It's very cute. So now my concealer's all blended out. You can see it's kind of really even and brightened my face up. So I just tap the product back over the same area, and then I just leave it to set for a little bit so that it can kind of absorb and have a bit more coverage than it would otherwise. While that's setting, I quite often like doing my brows. I'm going to use this brow pencil from Givenchy. So I'll just quickly do my brows and then we'll come back to the concealer. And that's the brows done. Not too neat, not too scruffy. So now I'm going to go with my finger in over the concealer and just blend it out. I find using my finger to pat like this just gives you a bit more coverage while at the same time not leaving like a texture to your concealer, which you don't want, because that's not going to give the illusion that you've got perfect skin. You want people to not really be able to see the texture of makeup on your skin. That's what makes them think that your skin is better than it is, basically. So when I think of healthy skin, I think, okay, it's going to look flawless, it's got to look dewy and kind of healthy and moisturized and not dry at all, and it's also not going to have any kind of powdery texture to it, because I think that just looks like makeup. So I'm always trying to use products that layer on top of each other to create a surface that doesn't look like makeup. So to set my under eyes, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier brightening powder that I always use, but I'm going to use it very lightly because I don't want you to be able to see the powder under my eyes, which is quite hard in that very thin part of your skin. So you want to start from the outside and then bring the product in. So now I'm going to set the rest of my face. To use that, this is the powder that I absolutely swear by if you want your skin to look perfect and for people to comment on it. Without fail, if people comment on my skin, I'm wearing this powder. This is the ambient lighting powder. You've probably seen it in some of my other tutorials. This one is from Hourglass, and it comes with their dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light all inside. So it's 3 different powders. And I literally just take the block and run my brush like that. So it's got all 3 mixed together. And then I don't swipe, I just pat it, center of the forehead and down the nose, and then spreading out. Then I've just loaded my brush up again under the jaw and across the chin, and the same the other side. And then what's left on my brush, I'll sweep across the rest of my face. So I've really not used a lot of powder, but it's going to keep my makeup there and it's going to add a beautiful glow to my skin. This powder adds such an incredible glow to your skin. That's what people are commenting on because they can see that it looks healthy. I think that's what you associate good skin with. I don't honestly think it's that I have great skin. It's that I use these products and they make it look like I have great skin. So you're literally just setting your tinted moisturizer. Obviously, if you needed more coverage, you could use a foundation. It's just for today, I didn't need too much coverage, so I've used a tinted moisturizer. As a bronzer, I'm going to choose a powder that has a similar kind of texture to it because it's going to give you a similar glow and it'll blend better with the Hourglass product. So again, you won't be able to see the surface of the makeup on your skin and it'll make it kind of have more of an illusion of perfect skin. So I'm going to use this one, which is an old favourite of mine, you guys know. This is the Healthy Glow Powder from Givenchy. And I have this in the colour number 2. So I'm just going to do around the edge of my face and under my cheekbones and jaw. Make sure you take your bronzer into your hairline because it'll make it look much more flawless, the colour, and natural if there's no edge to your scalp that's a different colour. Always at the end, take what's left on your bronzing brush and just sweep it across your whole face because you don't want there to be any hard lines where you put the bronzer on. You just want to blend it out. I honestly think the fewer products you can use, the better. I know it's such a tempting thing to like use full coverage everything now, but you don't genuinely need it unless you have some really severe color problems in your skin or acne. You don't need to use something that full coverage. Look at yourself and try and be honest with yourself in the mirror and say, okay, do I really need that much coverage? Because if I don't do it. Just let your skin breathe through it. It'll look so much more natural and I promise people will comment on it. Now with a blush, I'm using the NARS blush for this. This is a very pretty pinky kind of girly colour. This is Bumpy Ride from NARS. I'm just picking up my Sigma blush brush and I'm just going to apply it lightly to the apples of my cheeks. In the summer, I would take the blush in other places on my face, but it's not plausible in the winter that you're going to have a flushed face, so I don't. Blush should just add a nice dimension to your face, again adding just some healthy texture. I really like how the NARS blushes have a little bit of shimmer but nothing glittery in them. Again, they work really well with the Hourglass products and with that kind of luminous skin vibe that we're going for. Now there's loads and loads of different highlighters you could use. Just for fun, I'm going to use this one because I know a lot of you guys have been asking about it, so I wanted to give it a go. I have it in a couple of colours. This one's in Kilowatt. This is the Fenty highlighter. This one comes with a kind of more shimmery kind of side, which is this one here, and then a more matte side. I'm going to be using the more matte side, this one here. I'm going to pick up my tapered highlighting brush and just go on the top of the cheekbones. So even though this is the more matte one, you can see it's still very glowy. Because this is more of a shimmery highlight, you really need to work it into your skin to make it look as natural as possible, because that's, again, what's going to make people think your skin looks really flawless is the colour of your highlight. So choose a highlight that's within your natural skin tone and that is not glittery, so that you can like afford that kind of natural glowing feeling. I really like the Laura Geller highlights for this. Ballerina in particular is very natural on your skin. So is NARS Hot Sand. So I'm really working it in. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit of it down the bridge of my nose. You could go above the brows, just a light kind of blending above the brows, and then obviously you can always do the top of your lips if you want to. You can take your finger or a brush. Keep this out because we're going to use this again in a minute for our eyes. So fundamentally, that is your skin done. You have achieved, hopefully, a very kind of dewy finish that doesn't have any texture to it really, that is kind of very natural and soft and blurring. I'm going to zoom you in so hopefully you can get a better look. You shouldn't be able to see any kind of product on your skin. You shouldn't be able to kind of see the edge of where you've put one product and not another, but equally you should have a little bit of soft highlight, a little bit of warmth from your blush, just like general blurring from the Hourglass product. So hopefully that's what you guys are going to be able to achieve from this, because this is my favorite kind of skin texture. I love it and I get so many comments on it. If you want to see a more full coverage skin, I can definitely do one with a foundation for you. So let me know. I'm going to zoom you back out and we're going to do the rest of my face. Ooh, that was in. Out, out, out. Today I'm going to use this really lovely palette from Laura Geller. This is the Uptown Iconic Chic. That's not even its name. What is its name? Iconic New York Collection Uptown Chic eyeshadows. There we go, from Laura Geller. Because I've got Madeline coming later today and I'm going to be on camera with her and I want to just look natural in myself, I'm just going to do an eye makeup look that's quite enhancing and not really very drama. So I'm going to use this slightly lavender shade right here and this kind of taupey shade there. So I'm just going to mix them together on my Sigma Blending E25 brush. And then trying to relax my eyebrows so that I don't have this going on, I'm gonna just make the shadow of my crease. It's so hard to not raise your eyebrows. I literally have to talk to myself and be like, don't do it, don't do it. You just naturally want to go, but you can't. So just following the natural curve of your eye socket. Now we're gonna pick up one of the darker shades. We're gonna pick up this row of three here. They're all matte and they're all kind of dark plummy browns, so I just mix them together just lightly on the brush and then go back into the shadow area just to really define that crease. You can pick up those same dark shades lightly on your brush and just go under the bottom lashes to add a little of definition under there as well. So Matthew's been away and he's coming back tonight, which I'm so excited about. It's really fun to be in the house when he's not here. So now we're going back in with the Fenty highlighter. This side we're going into is the glittery side. So I'm going to take a little pencil brush, one like this, and I'm just going to pick up that glittery pigment on the brush, and we're going to put it in the inner corner like this, and then we're going to pick up a little bit more, just tap the brush off and just go under the arch of the brow. So now we're going to move on to eyelashes. I've got a new eyelash technique that I want to share with you. I've already curled my lashes, so I'm going to go straight in with mascara. So I'm going to use my Sensai mascaras. I'm going to use the base and the volumizing top coat. So first of all, taking the base. By the way, this is my secret weapon of choice. First of all, take your base, and let's just get a little mirror so I can see what I'm doing. And just apply the base to one side of your lashes first. Then these are disposable, well, they're not disposable, I rewash them, so I've used them a good few times. And they're just little empty mascara ones, silicone mascara ones. And I just take them through my lashes with both types of mascara. And I find that it just separates them, makes them really fluttery and natural, so that I have like the most fluttery, open, natural lashes I can achieve without having to use any lash extensions or fake lashes. So wiggling at the root with the volumizing top coat. So I put a really good amount of mascara on, you can see there. And then I just take my comb and I just think, okay, does this need breaking apart a little bit or need combing out? So I just love it. I think it makes a real difference to how kind of fanned your lashes are. I'm also going to add a tiny bit of bottom lash mascara from Clinique. Itchy eyebrow. I'm going to use a Huda Beauty lip pencil just to define my lips a little bit. This is in the colour Trendsetter. For my lips, I'm using a new product today, which, this is it. It's so fancy schmancy. This is, I don't know if you've seen it before, but this is the Christian Louboutin lipstick. The lipstick itself is so matte, you can like see a powdery surface on it. It's quite amazing, but this is a really gorgeous colour. This is the colour, oh, I don't know what colour this is. This is Just Nothing 705. Now I'm gonna set my makeup. I'm gonna use the Mario Badescu. This is the rose one. I just like it for like day to day, and it's gonna hold my makeup fine for while Madeline's here. If you're worried about your eyelashes dropping out while they've been wet, just take a finger now and hold the curl in. And that's the finished look. So I'm just gonna undo my hair. If you go over to Instagram, to the InStyle UK page, you can see me and Madeline doing a live story over there, and you can see what this makeup looks like, kind of interacting and doing different stuff. I also thought it might be quite fun to show you what I'm wearing today. I know you guys always ask about my jewelry. Today I've got this Chanel Coco Crush ring on. It's actually rotated around, but it's got these really pretty diamonds in, which kind of matches my jumper. And then I've got their new watch on as well, which is super cute. Actually, it's a very, very Chanel day. I have slippers on, but don't tell anyone. Oh, I exhaust myself. Ooh.